You know that moment when your alarm goes off at 5:30 in the morning and every fiber of your being is screaming to hit snooze? Your bed feels like a warm cocoon, the room is cold, and your motivation is absolutely nowhere to be found. Here's the thing though. That moment right there is where champions are made. Not when you feel like it, not when you're pumped up, but when you absolutely don't want to do it and you do it anyway. Welcome to the most important lesson you'll ever learn about success. This isn't about motivation. Motivation is unreliable. It comes and goes like the weather. This is about discipline. This is about building the mental muscle that separates people who achieve their dreams from people who just dream about achieving them. And by the end of this audiobook, you're going to understand exactly how to develop that muscle even when, especially when, you don't feel like it. Think about the most successful people you know, the entrepreneurs who built empires, the athletes who dominated their sports, the artists who created masterpieces. You think they felt like working every single day? You think they woke up every morning bursting with enthusiasm? Absolutely not. They had the same human emotions we all have. The difference is they learned to act in spite of those emotions, not because of them. Here's what nobody tells you about discipline. It's not about being a robot. It's not about suppressing your feelings or pretending you don't have bad days. It's about acknowledging that you don't feel like doing something and then doing it anyway. It's about understanding that your feelings are temporary visitors, not permanent residents. They'll come and go, but your actions, those create your reality. Let me share something with you that changed everything for me. I used to think successful people had some secret sauce, some special gene that made them naturally disciplined. Then I realized the truth. They just got really good at doing things they didn't want to do. They turned discomfort into a signal for action instead of a reason for inaction. When they felt resistance, they leaned into it instead of backing away. The science behind this is fascinating. Your brain is wired to seek comfort and avoid discomfort. It's a survival mechanism that kept our ancestors alive. But in today's world, that same mechanism can keep you stuck. Every time you choose comfort over growth, you're reinforcing neural pathways that make it easier to quit next time. But every time you push through discomfort, you're building new pathways that make discipline easier. This is why discipline compounds. The first time you force yourself to go to the gym when you don't feel like it, it's incredibly hard. The 10th time, it's still hard but manageable. The 100th time, it becomes automatic. You've literally rewired your brain to default to action instead of excuses. But here's where most people get it wrong. They try to rely on willpower alone. Willpower is like a muscle that gets tired throughout the day. If you're depending on willpower to carry you through, you're setting yourself up for failure. Instead, you need systems. You need to make the right choices easier and the wrong choices harder. Environment design is everything. If you want to eat healthier, don't keep junk food in your house. If you want to read more, put books everywhere and hide your phone. If you want to exercise, lay out your workout clothes the night before. You're not trying to eliminate the need for discipline, you're trying to reduce the amount of discipline required. The most powerful tool in your discipline toolkit is what I call the 2-minute rule. When you don't feel like doing something, commit to doing it for just 2 minutes. Tell yourself you'll write for 2 minutes, exercise for 2 minutes, clean for 2 minutes. Here's what happens. Once you start, momentum takes over. The hardest part is always starting. Once you're in motion, staying in motion becomes much easier. Another game changer is understanding the difference between motivation and commitment. Motivation is emotional. It fluctuates based on how you feel. Commitment is logical. It's a decision you make regardless of how you feel. When you're motivated, you want to do something. When you're committed, you do it whether you want to or not. Think about brushing your teeth. You don't wake up every morning feeling motivated to brush your teeth. You just do it because you're committed to dental hygiene. That's the level of automaticity you want to build around your important goals. You want to reach a point where not doing them feels weird, where skipping them creates more discomfort than doing them. The identity shift is crucial here. Instead of saying, "I'm trying to be disciplined," start saying, "I'm a disciplined person." Instead of, "I'm trying to get fit," say, "I'm someone who takes care of their body." Your actions follow your identity. When you see yourself as a disciplined person, acting with discipline becomes natural because it aligns with who you are. Let's talk about the compound effect of small actions. You don't need to make massive changes overnight. In fact, trying to do too much too fast is usually counterproductive. Instead, focus on tiny improvements that you can sustain. Read 1 page a day. Do 10 push-ups. Write 1 paragraph. These seem insignificant, but they add up to extraordinary results over time. The key is consistency over intensity. It's better to do something small every day than something big once a week. Consistency builds habits, and habits eliminate the need for decision-making. When something becomes a habit, you don't have to debate whether to do it or not. You just do it automatically. Here's a powerful reframe that will change how you think about difficult tasks. Instead of seeing them as things you have to do, see them as opportunities to build your discipline muscle. Every time you do something you don't feel like doing, you're getting stronger. You're proving to yourself that you can be trusted to follow through on your commitments. This builds what psychologists call self-efficacy, your belief in your ability to execute behaviors necessary to produce specific performance attainments. The more evidence you have that you can do hard things, the more confident you become in your ability to do even harder things. It's a positive feedback loop that compounds over time. But let's be real about the challenges. There will be days when discipline feels impossible, when you're stressed, tired, overwhelmed, or dealing with personal issues. This is when most people give up. They think that because they missed a day or had a setback, they failed. This is perfectionist thinking, and it's toxic. Progress isn't linear. There will be ups and downs, good days and bad days. The goal isn't perfection, it's persistence. It's getting back on track as quickly as possible when you fall off. It's treating setbacks as data points, not verdicts. Every time you get back up after falling down, you're building resilience. One of the most effective strategies for maintaining discipline is what I call implementation intentions. Instead of vague goals like, "I'll exercise more," create specific if-then plans. If it's 7 a.m. on a weekday, then I'll go to the gym. If I finish dinner, then I'll read for 30 minutes. These pre-made decisions eliminate the mental energy required to choose in the moment. The power of accountability cannot be overstated. When you make your commitments public or find an accountability partner, you're leveraging social pressure to maintain discipline. Nobody wants to look like a quitter in front of others. This external motivation can carry you through times when internal motivation is lacking. But here's something most people don't realize. Discipline isn't just about doing things you don't want to do. It's also about not doing things you want to do but shouldn't. It's saying no to the extra slice of pizza, the impulse purchase, the Netflix binge when you should be working. This type of discipline, restraint, is just as important as action-based discipline. The modern world is designed to test your discipline constantly. Social media notifications, streaming services, food delivery apps, online shopping, everything is optimized to capture your attention and trigger impulse behaviors. Recognizing these triggers and having strategies to deal with them is essential for maintaining discipline in today's environment. Sleep is the foundation of discipline. When you're sleep-deprived, your prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain responsible for decision-making and impulse control, doesn't function properly. You become more impulsive and less able to resist temptation. Prioritizing sleep isn't just good for your health, it's essential for your discipline. Nutrition plays a similar role. When your blood sugar is unstable, your willpower suffers. Eating regular, balanced meals helps maintain the mental energy required for disciplined behavior. This is why many successful people have very structured eating schedules. They're optimizing their biology for peak performance. Exercise is another discipline multiplier. Physical activity doesn't just improve your health, it builds mental toughness. Every repetition you do when you don't feel like it, every mile you run when you're tired, is training your brain to push through discomfort. The discipline you build in the gym transfers to every other area of your life. Let's address the elephant in the room. What about when you genuinely don't have the energy or capacity to be disciplined? When you're dealing with depression, anxiety, grief, or other mental health challenges? This is where self-compassion becomes crucial. Discipline without self-compassion becomes self-punishment, and that's not sustainable. The goal is progress, not perfection. Some days, just getting out of bed is an act of discipline. Some days, taking a shower or eating a healthy meal is a victory. Meet yourself where you are, not where you think you should be. Discipline is about doing what you can with what you have, not about being superhuman. Here's a practical framework for building discipline that you can start implementing today. First, choose one small behavior that aligns with your goals. Make it so small that it feels almost silly not to do it. Second, attach it to an existing habit. This is called habit stacking. Third, track your progress visually. Put an X on a calendar every day you complete the behavior. Fourth, celebrate small wins. Acknowledge your progress and give yourself credit for showing up. The compound effect of this approach is remarkable. Start with 1 push-up a day, and within months you might be doing 50. Start with reading 1 page, and you might finish a book a month. Start with writing 1 sentence, and you might complete a novel. The key is starting small and staying consistent. Remember, discipline is not about being perfect. It's about being persistent. It's about showing up even when you don't feel like it, especially when you don't feel like it. Every time you choose action over inaction, growth over comfort, you're building the most valuable skill you can possess, the ability to do what needs to be done regardless of how you feel. Before we wrap up, I want you to remember something important. If you found value in this audiobook, there's so much more waiting for you. Head over to EchoVerse Audiobook on YouTube. That's where you'll find a treasure trove of content designed to help you level up every aspect of your life. Make sure to watch their latest videos and hit that subscribe button. Trust me, your future self will thank you for it. The journey of discipline starts with a single step, a single choice, a single moment when you decide that your goals matter more than your feelings. That moment can be right now. What are you going to do today that you don't feel like doing? What small action will you take to prove to yourself that you're someone who follows through? The choice is yours, and the time is now.